Priyanka, Anusha, Chaitra, and 236 others are waiting for you. The notification read. I was thrilled. If just uploading an incomplete profile could put me in touch with so many prospective suitors, I was sure that I would find the right one in a couple of weeks. I quickly opened another tab on the browser that read, Popular Honeymoon Destinations in Asia. Dear Toastmasters and guests, when you don't fall in love at the right time, or rather, get someone to fall in love with you at the right time, the inevitability of arranged marriage looms large. Add to that a conspiracy by the stars, read horoscopes, a script dictated by caste and religion, and a star cast of over-enthusiastic relatives looking to get you married every other day, the stage is set for drama like never before. The only part is, it's happening in your own life. I still remember the day my father bought a 100-page notebook and wrote Lord Ganesha's name on the first page. Make sure you find a girl before this book runs out, was his first instruction. It was only then that I realized that this book would be his database for all profiles that were referred to us. Our next step was to bring out the model in me, and this involved transformations of humongous proportions. From the hygienic to the well-groomed, from the postureless to the photogenic, and from the presentable to the polished. Please try to put on some weight. Seemed to be that universal instruction from the distant aunt who I got to know existed only when we started bride hunting, to the gym instructor who seemed to take extra interest in my marriage because the membership renewal was due. Well, things were going ahead thus when my father declared one day, let's head to the matrimonial bureau. And in these matters, his instructions were non-negotiable. Well, ever since we had started discussing this bureau, I had developed certain visions of it in my head. I imagined entering this bureau with two jasmine garlands, one around my neck and the other one in my hand for a girl I felt was my best match. Girls would be waiting for me on either side of the entrance, waiting for me to make my choice. And the one I chose to garland would walk away with me while her parents' eyes brimmed with tears of joy. The reality turned out to be totally different. The bureau was one square hall with some benches and chairs for courtesy. Tube lights lined the walls, and a couple of fans cooled a rather tense atmosphere. Anxious parents pored over files of prospective brides and grooms, and I could notice each of them had their own database which was in a different stage of maturity. If anything, the bureau spiked my parents' interests. My dad opened his sacred database and wrote the date with a Parker he had bought specifically for the purpose. My mother switched over to her officious mode as she wore her reading glasses. And I was left doing the role of a bridegroom and a clerk. My job was to run to the storeroom, get a file full of brides-to-be, and hand it over to my parents. My father matched the fundamentals of the horoscopes, mother scrutinized the profile, and passed it to me for final vetting. Well, this last step was cursory. If the profile passed my father's checks and my mother's eyes, we would proceed to discuss at home. I returned home the next day to a call center. My father was on one side of the living room. He had his customary coffee in one hand and the mobile phone in the other. Hello, is this Mr. We saw your daughter's profile at the bureau. My son's name is Alok, Simha. He would go on. My mother was on the other side of the living room working on the other half of the database. She would even start off with an icebreaker before pitching me more formally to the prospect's parents. The final straw was my brother. He would start WhatsApping my profile to parents of prospects father and mother had already spoken to. At that moment, I looked at my family with pride and emotion. The lens of sarcasm and irony through which I had viewed the entire proceedings till now seemed to be melting away in that enthusiasm, that fervor to do something to help my family overcome this important moment in a successful way? Should I just grab the database and start dialing a few numbers myself? Or should I call the matrimonial website and ask them to extend my premium subscription? Or should I just vow to Lord Ganesha that I would visit him the moment an alliance was struck? My train of thoughts was derailed by loud noise from shouts and a couple of high fives. It's more than a boutique this time, brother, Akshay was telling. They are coming to meet us this Sunday. I looked at myself in the mirror. Was I hunting or being hunted? Those must have been the day.